Hello, this is Leisha Joya Haven of Second Life. I'm here doing a tutorial over your basic preferences. Currently, I'm in Phoenix Viewer 1.5.21185. Uh, so in order to be able to go to your preferences, you have to go to the top left of your screen towards File. Click it. Whoops, apologies. You go to Edit, and then you scroll down to Preferences or Control P. You click it, and voila, your preferences. Your General tab. You have Input tab, Network tab, Folder, Web, Graphics, Audio and Video, Text chat, Voice chat, Communication, Pop-ups, Skins, Grids, and Phoenix. The General tab, the Start location, you can always select these from My Home or My Last Location. Anytime you make a change to anything, you have to click Apply, and then it saves it. You can show names, always, never, temporarily. You can always show old names, like the old legacy names. That's what they call them, legacy names. Then you have display names, which is the new name that people choose, like resident and the last name resident, or Leisha Joya Haven, and display names only. I'll show you. Scroll that down. See above my head where you see Leisha Joya Haven? Well, where you say Lady Leisha Haven with the happy face, that is my new display name. The old name is LeishaJoya.Haven, but it's really Leisha Joya, and then they use a dot to separate the first name from the last name. But like I said, that's the legacy name, is Leisha Joya Haven. Me, I don't like large avatar names. I like the small ones, and I don't like to hide my own name on my own screen. Group titles, I don't like to hide them when they're above my head. Color for your effects, keep them white. It just makes life easier. And your UI size is the size of things that pop up. Keep it at 1. You don't want it too big, you don't want it too small. 1's the perfect size. Use resolution independent scale. Click that one. Your away mode, which I have to make it bigger. The seconds before away mode begins. I don't know what the default is for the highest I can go, but I'm going to keep going higher. And then you see where it says Lyndon's notification, Lyndon money change notification. Notify when Lyndon's dollars has been spent or received. It's very good in case you're shopping and it says you spent 5 Lyndons here, you spent 5 Lyndons there. Okay. And then you want to have your language as system default. You could do English, Dutch, Danish, Francais, Italiano, and all these other stuff depending on your language. Okay? Click Apply. Don't click OK because then you'll click out of your screen. Input and camera, you can have your mouse sensitivity. My mouse is already pretty darn sensitive as it is. I don't need to make it more sensitive, so I put it as minimum as possible. I always keep my camera angle between 0.95 and 1.05. I always do it because it's like the angle. The follow distance is 1, and the camera transition time is 0.4, and camera smoothing. Is this what works for me? Okay. And then I always have automatic appearance camera movement. I don't have a joystick, so at least not yet. to do the joystick setup. Network folder. This lets you know where all your disk cache notification is, and you can go ahead and open it and clear it, and all that fun stuff. Someday, when I get the blue screen of death, I'm going to show you how to get out of that. And I purposely placed bad gestures back into my into it so I can show you how to fix your problems. Chat files location. I have every single one of my chats, my chat notification, as well as my local chat saved into my local hard drive. I do this because I have chats from my deceased granddaughter in SL who's passed away in real life, and I have her last thing she said to me, and those words are very priceless to me. You can clear cache. This clears your overall cache, and this clears your inventory cache. Do not change your custom port, please. You're going to have problems. Do not change your HTTP proxy. Okay? Do not change any of that. You'll save yourself some headache. Okay, on the top it says maximum bandwidth and maximum disk cache size. Put these at maximum, otherwise you're going to crash a lot. And if you get a lot of notifications, it's going to fill up fast. If you're a store owner, if you're a builder, creator of anything, or if you have your anything of your like your groups, because if you have 42 groups fully done, then you're going to have all those notifications of all those groups. And then you go to web. This is very useful because if you're browsing the internet outside of SL and while you're in SL, then you're going to need to keep clearing this. And then you might, every time you select these, use the built-in web browser. This is the one that the that SL has. Okay, so when you browse anything regarding an SL, you use their internal web browser that they provide. Okay. I have accept cookies from sites, JavaScript, and plugins. I do not have web proxy because it saves me from having my disk cache fill up too fast. Anytime you change anything, click apply. My graphics. Alright, let's talk about graphics. I'm going to turn off my AO, it's driving me insane. Unless you start seeing my head spaz, and then I have to fix that. You know what I mean? Let me move my avatar, or at least move my camera position. There we go. I always have my graphics at mid when I'm in Phoenix, and you have to make it in retrospect to your window size. And this is my basic screen size, and I always have it at custom. I always do custom. Depending on your computer, if you're able to see mesh, because I'm not able to see mesh on this viewer, I keep crashing when I keep trying to, so I have it for Firestorm. I keep my my bump mapping and shiny on, and my basic shaders. You don't really need atmospheric shaders unless you're doing some severe photography. I put these all on max when I am doing photos, or doing a new build and I want to take a picture of it, and all that fun stuff. I keep my draw distance high because I build large structures, and I needed to be able to see right through it in case, because they're huge. I need to see them. They're as big as possible. You don't really need a big, huge max particle count, so I keep mine at 1280. I do maybe like 14 or 1500 at the max, but you honestly don't really need it because my graphics card kicks butt. My post-process quality, I keep it low, and it makes the lag less. Objects, my mesh detail is high, though I can't see it. Flexi prims, I always do high, so you can actually see your flexi prims. I always keep my avatars mid, my trees at mid, and my terrain at high, because I want to be able to see my stupid terrain, because I have to edit my own lands. Avatar imposters, you want to see those on the avatar rendering. And the lighting detail, sun and moon only. Well, you can set your day settings to be fixed if you want to, but I like the nearby local lights, which means the actual SL time. And avatar physics allows like your boobs to jiggle, your butt to jiggle, and any other thing you want to do. Audio and video. I almost was very tempted a couple days ago to mute gestures. My master is this high right now in the music, and this is the volume settings for each one. Always keep your voice settings at middle so that your microphone's not killing other people as you talk. If you're very loud, normally make it at least 25% of this whole thing. Sounds is the actual sounds like that people make, and then ambient is like water sounds and stuff like that. And UI is the sounds that some of your pop-ups make. On my viewer, I always enable streaming music when available and enable streaming media when available because I am a DJ here in SL as well as many other things, and I also have my own club and I have my own music on my own land, and I like to listen to music when I build. I always have media filter for increased security. I don't like being spammed. I have spam blockers like crazy. And then I always, on my audio preferences, mute audio when window is minimized. And I always keep these settings. I don't change them. And this is the default right here for these guys. And I actually appreciate the default that Phoenix Viewer, the Phoenix team, has provided for us. Now, let's go to text chat. This is where you can customize like what colors you want. This is what it looks like when I type, what others in IM, what my friends look like, color that they have. So you can tell between friend and not friend. In system, and we have a script error when the lindens are talking to you, when objects and object IMs are coming towards you. All these different things, like you could color code everything. Chat font size, I always keep medium because I hate too small and I hate too large. I'm kind of like the baby bear where it's just right. And then opacity right here is when you get your bubbles or anybody's talking to you, it's like how clear that the background is. I don't like it too clear where I can't see, but I don't like it where it's like too dark and I can't see behind the texture, but I want to see a little bit, so I have it at 0.7. I always use full screen width because I'm crazy like that. And then all these this is just annoying. I tried this for a while. Close chat bar after hitting return. Every time I hit return or enter, it just totally like closed it out, and I had to keep going back in the IM to talk to the person. And so I unclicked that and fixed it. I always show timestamps in local chat because you want to know what time you spoke with your customers or your clients, and you want to give your clients and your customers the respect that they deserve. Some people want to play typing animation while chatting. I'm one of them. There's some people who don't like to hear that typing sound, but sometimes I'm in the middle of doing something, and say for example, my husband J-Rock, maybe near me while I'm building something. I'm not really, looking at him, but I like to have some form of notification if he's typing something to me in local chat so I can hear it before he even sends the message. So I can, take a pause from my build or whatever I'm doing and give him some attention. Color text and chat from my friends in different color. This is where this is handy here. My IMs and my friends. All my friends are in orange. And then this is my color. You can choose any color you want. You don't have to pick my colors. Say for example, your favorite color is blue and you want it to be blue, and you want others to be like pink, and it's your choice, whatever you want to do. Alright, voice chat. This is where it's very important how you're able to hear me. Enable voice chat. Hear voice chat from camera position. I always do it from how far or how close I am. And then you can always, I like to keep these as they are. I like to see enable lip sync animation. I'm going to cam in on my face. If I can even do that. Come on. Alright. See me talk? See my lips? See, I'm talking and my lips are moving as the avatar. You can't really read my lips, but you can see them moving. Well, I enable that so you guys can see that. You can also disable that, so even if you're talking, your lips won't move. But I personally like it. It makes it more humane. Okay. Now, device settings. Let's talk about them. Device settings. You click on it. This is my Logitech USB headset. Since I speak and I hear in both the same device, I have to select that device. My input is my microphone. My input is my headphones, because I'm hearing what's coming into me, and my output is when I'm talking goes also is into my voice settings. Now, input level, it's very important that you can see this moving as you're talking. If you can't see it when you're moving, you're going to have to go here and reset voice. And you have to wait a couple of moments after you reset voice to be able to remotely see your talk button enabled. But you want to keep this at half staff at least, or a little lower. You don't want to be too loud to people in the world. Okay? Since I'm happy with this, ta-da! Okay. We can go to communication. I'm going to set all these as default, like when you're busy or away mode. I have a real mean one for people I have muted on Firestorm, and I've muted quite a few people. Basically, I don't want to talk to you because you're an asshole to me or something. I'm not a very nice person once I mute you. I don't mute too many people unless well, you've grieved me, or you've pissed me off, or you hurt my feelings, or you lied about me, or whatever, you know. Okay. You could change your pop-ups. Some of them are enabled upon login. I only have these three because it makes lag and coming on SL even easier for me. And some of them you don't really need. Alright. And then here it offers the note cards, textures, and landmark. I automatically view after accepting. I don't automatically accept because you can accidentally get a virus. Like the XD virus or some free hairs or whatever. And it'll have a virus, you'll get a whole bunch of these pop-ups all over your screen. And it's actually a virus. And you don't want it. Okay, so I highly recommend, with all my heart and all my soul, automatically view after accepting. It will give you a chance to view the item before you accept it. Okay, automatically show newly accept objects in inventory. This is where my personal favorite one thing that I like to have, because I like to be able to look at my objects folder because it's easier to find than looking at folders underneath. Okay, skins. This is the skin that I have, Kristen Dark NV. I had downloaded these skins. You can always click get more if you want, but I personally don't feel like it. Thank you, Kristen, for this one. This is my ultimate favorite. I can see a whole bunch of dialog boxes, and everything's easier to view for this one. The other ones were kind of too bright for my preferences, but I like the rainbow one, I have to admit. So thank you, Kristen Lee. Thank you. You're such a sweetheart. But anyways, you got a whole bunch of these ones, and when you first start SL, you start off with a default, and it's like a gray-red color. But I, got a hair at my butt. And though green is not my favorite color, it actually has grown on me. Okay, grids. This is Second Life grid. You could go to Second Life Beta, the local. Some viewers are not compatible with Beta. So you can always look at all these here. Okay, Phoenix. These are some extreme tools. I would highly recommend going through all of these. Shields. Something that's very near and dear to my heart. Spam protection. You'll get so many different spammy things. And you'll get bombarded with all these and will cause lag and cause you to crash. This also helps prevent all of your headaches. Well, at least a lot of them. So click all these. Spam protection of IMs, notices, offers, and etc. Chat, calling cards, and dialogue. Click all of them on. Because people could spam you with dialogue in your dialogue box with the "My boyfriend dumped me. Can you give me 300 Linden?" Yeah. Okay. Revoke permissions. Never add these. In my opinion, do not revoke on sit, do not revoke on stand, do not revoke sit and stand. Never revoke your permissions. Okay. Now, on here, I don't disallow my LL map destination. I do broadcast viewer effects because I want to know what's going on. I do want to know my camera focus point. I do want to know where it's going to be at. Broadcast pointer target, which is kind of like where I'm at. Alright, I always have announced incoming instant messages, and yes, I annoy my family greatly. And I'm not going to apologize to any of you guys that IM me, because I get a lot of IMs. But I do suggest that if you guys want to IM me and you get this pop-up, please feel free to IM me or note card me, even if I'm offline. I do have Steel Focus on because it kind of helps as an extra filter. Enable auto response. Yes, I enable my auto response for everything because I get really deep into my builds. I get really deep into my scripting or something that I'm doing, or if I'm hanging out with my family. So, and also auto respond to people you have muted. On Firestorm, you can actually set a different message for people you've muted versus your busy mode, but I haven't been able to find out how to do that with Phoenix. I always do send as soon as they start typing for people I've muted, because I really don't want to talk to people I muted, because I'm not going to send the risk of having people contact me. I don't want to contact me. Auto respond to every message. I used to have it on all the time, but that was very spammy to the person, and I didn't want to annoy too much you guys. So, anyways, I said sorry, busy at the moment. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. It's like a basic one. All right. Here it says auto response text. Use the scratch F sign for the recipient's first name and the same for the last name, and T for the timestamp. I used to have that. Okay, whoops, my apologies. I always have request OTR if possible. OTR is like a privacy thing. Okay. I used to have required use of OTR in IMs. But this is like a privacy thing where people can't even get into your IMs. People can get into your IMs. Believe me, I'm a scripter and programmer. I think I figured it out already. But that's not the goal here. The goal here is to teach you how to use your preferences. Okay. Me, I like to hear the typing sound when people type. I like to show money changes in local chat. I like to add seconds to this type timestamps in local history because seconds and minutes are very important to me. Um, Disable all group chats. This saved me. Okay, you ever gotten to like those fish hunt groups or those those other groups where they're always talking in chats and you're like getting spam with all these IMs and you're like, oh my god. Well, this saved me from leaving groups over it. Make moderator chats bold and groups chats. Anytime you have a mod in a group, like I'm a mod in several, actually all my groups that I have, and my husband is as well. You could tell who is who by the bold. And I only display my own script errors because I program script, all that fun stuff, and when I have an error I want to know when my stuff has an error. I don't want to know when your stuff has an error. Or say for example an AO that I'm wearing has an error. I want to know. Okay? Miscellaneous, you click what you want on these. This is all basically what your wishes are. But always keep your LSL client bridge. Use all of these except for the move to target TP. That's only if you want, but these are my personal preferences. CMD line, don't change these. Okay, these are pretty beautiful as they are. Avatar. Remember you saw my rainbow beam when I was building in my tutorials. Well, lo and behold, you have cute fire, phoenix, rainbow, water. Here's an cute fire is like the red and yellow. Phoenix is the default one. Rainbow is what you see in me, and water is of course blue. You can create your own beam particle effects if you so chose. However, why do more work than you have to? And then I believe on my other viewer I had made my own stuff, my own effect here. Create a new one. But then I redid my entire thing, so I had to do a clean install, so I lost them. So I made happy faces, I made squirrels, I made hearts. Yeah. You do hearts, cross, color wheel. I mean, it's all depending on what you want. But I have it under star for this viewer and under rainbow. Click apply. Anytime you do anything with each one of these pages, click apply. Okay, remember I taught you in the other tutorials how the default texture for any type of beginning build is wood. We'll click on build. This is your object default size. You could change these if you want, but honestly, these are right as they are. These are perfect. Okay? You could change them all to phantom as they start out, the physical or temporary. Don't touch this. You could change it manually later because some things may have phantom properties in them, physical or temporary. And then here is the texture. This is the default wood texture. At any time you can click make full bright. But I don't want to change it. So, I mean, this is where you could actually physically change it. Okay? On your items. Okay? Your tags, I have my Phoenix tag color as red. See this red? Now look above my head. It's red. I always show my own color. I always like to display client tags and color name tags. I like to color the name tags because it shows who's friend, who's my friend, who's not my friend. Make tags the same. Oops, I forgot to do that. Make name tags the same client. I like to make sure I know what viewer you guys are on, or even that my friends are on. So sometimes it's useful, like when my daughter has issues with her viewer and she's on a different client or a different viewer. I like to be able to know, hey, how can I help you? Oh yeah, your tag is green. Okay, that means you're on Firestorm, and I can help you. Okay, use old style user status display, which I do like because it shows um, it shows a lot of features than more than you realize. Color threads name tags differently. Okay, all my friends have green, and then the other usernames, other people who are not my friends, are red. So it's like we tell between, friend or foe. Green means go, and then red means stop. So I kind of use these in relative to friends and foes and people who are my friends and not my friends or whatever. Update client tag list from web at startup. I like to make sure there's like over 21 different viewers you can use for SL. Different clients. More pop-ups. That's my brother. One of them. Alright, IRC. I really don't know what this is. I'd be lying and saying I know what it is when I don't. But I never touch these. My inventory, I don't touch this either. Because I don't want to enable mirroring. I'm kind of scared to touch it. Avatar, advanced graphics, I mean. The more you select, the more lag you're going to get. Your win light, this is the actual win light settings, are actually in world. You can actually change your win light settings to being something really cool. But when a person teleports into your sim, it will ask them if they want to use your win light settings, yes or no. And if they say no, it would go to the automatic default settings for the day or whatever part of the day it's on, and not your beautiful win light settings. Spell check. I don't like using spell check because it's annoying, because I like to use for the word you are, instead of having to spell it. And I don't want something correcting me because it's faster to type you are than YOUR. But anyways, in order to be able to get back, you go to edit, go to preferences or control P, and we'll take you right back over here. And you can go ahead and play around with these things, but if you guys need any help, go ahead and contact me, Alicia Joy Haven, or you can IM me or note card me. If I'm in the middle of a tutorial, I don't get back to you as soon as possible, or if I'm away, or please don't be offended. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, and I'll do my very best to answer your questions, or maybe teleport to you to kind of help you out and guide you along as much as I'm able. Well, this concludes the tutorial, and I thank you very much for your time.